Hi guys, it's your favorite machine girl, wannabe Jedi, and resident Disney freak, Caitlin. This is actually my second video because my first attempt actually just pretty much became a rant because of the events that happened in East France. I'm going to be a little more civilized before we get into anything fun. I am absolutely heartbroken and devastated that for the past few weeks, everything has just seemed to be going downhill for the world, the country. There's two men shot by the police, and then that guy taking revenge into his own hands and shooting the 5 Dallas officers. The terrorist attacks, the most recent one in Nice, France, when people were celebrating Bastille Day and were mowed down by a guy in a semi-truck with the handgun. And I'm just so tired and I want it all to stop. So if any politicians watch this, which I doubt, I want to challenge you to work together, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, no matter your political party affiliation, your religious beliefs, your personal morals. I want to challenge you to find a way to work together to end this. That doesn't mean, Mr. Trump, building a wall, forbidding people who are Muslim or Middle Eastern the right to come to this country to live or visit. It doesn't mean denying people the rights they have earned. It means working together to find a common ground, which in the United States, I admit, will be difficult. We are a melting pot. We welcome everyone, no matter their race, religion, country of origin, the language they arrive speaking, their beliefs or morals. Just find a common ground, and maybe one day we can start this idea that peace is something we can all have, and it might spread, but it has to start with us, and it has to start with our politicians. So that means setting aside political agenda and working together for the common good and not to see if you can get the most votes. So, sorry if that offended anyone. So, now the serious stuff is out of the way. Time to hit up some news. No Disney news this week. Nothing really major happened with Disney parks. I'm guessing Frozen Fever is still packed. Bigger news is today is the 15th. If you're French, like I said, my heart is crying for you, and also happy Bastille Day, which technically is late because time change. But today is the first day of what is basically the highlight of a Star Wars fans calendar. It is Star Wars Celebration this year being held in Europe, in London. So today started 2016 Star Wars Celebration England. And in my last vlog, one of my vlogs, I actually complained about the fact that I didn't know if they were live streaming Rebels, and if they were, I was complaining about the fact that I wouldn't get to see Rebels because the panel was supposed to be happening while I was going to work tomorrow. Stupid me, I forgot about the time change in which England is so many hours ahead of us. So I actually am going to be able to see the Rebels Season 3 panel live stream, which they are live streaming. Star Wars Show, the new little mini web series from StarWars.com, is actually live streaming from Star Wars Celebration for a good part. They just wrapped up about an hour ago, about noon, the live stream for today. They're going to start again tomorrow at 10 a.m. and Rebels Season 3 is at 11. So I'm actually going to get to see it. I'm so happy. And for those of you who can't wait, big surprise, last week's episode of the Star Wars Show, Dave Filoni dropped by the Star Wars Show set at the, I think they're at Lucasfilm headquarters, and he surprised them and us with a never before, this is like the first ever clip from Star Wars Rebels Season 3. Oh my gosh, my mind, I thought, was going to explode. It was like, because this is the first time we're seeing Ezra's new look. Okay, so they officially announced that pretty much all the characters in Rebels were going to get redesigns for season 3. And when I first heard this, I thought it made a lot of sense. Dave Filoni is the guy running Rebels, and he was also really the guy who was running Clone Wars, and he did the same thing in season 3, where he did character redesigns, like not a whole character redesign, but like different designs for Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka, and I really liked Ahsoka's. I wasn't a big fan of Obi-Wan and Anakin's new looks. I guess it was taking them closer to how they looked in Revenge of the Sith. But what I missed was when Clone Wars started, they had like the little shoulder armor pieces with the symbol of the Jedi on them, and I thought that was really cool. And when he redesigned them in season 3, that went away, and I'm like, aww. So that was a bit of a bummer. So the character redesigns coming in season 3 of Rebels actually does make a lot of sense. But they released a clip, and it's really awesome. And if you have a chance, go check it out. Star Wars Rebels season 3 clip. Check out the Star Wars show. I don't think I'm going to post a link today. I'm not sure. I might. But it's a really cool. We can see Ezra's new look. I will say this. I do not like Ezra's new haircut. It took me a while. I was yesterday after I think the clip was released like Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't remember. Yesterday I was just thinking about the clip, because not only did we get to see Ezra's new haircut, we also get to see his new lightsaber. I'm a little bit bummed about the new lightsaber design. But it is kind of nice to see Ezra. He had the really cool blaster lightsaber combo for the first 2 seasons. That was really cool. His new lightsaber design is also really cool. It's more traditional. I kind of missed that lightsaber stun gun combo, because I think that was kind of smart, because he didn't have to have like one hand. He was able to have like just one. But I don't know. It's kind of nice seeing him go a little bit traditional, because he is not a traditional Jedi in any sense of the word. But still kind of bummed I missed the old lightsaber. But new lightsaber is there. It's cool. His hair. Oh my god. I guess Dash Star he says it seems like they're going to try to do a more military look for Ezra, that he's matured since we've last seen him, so he's a little bit older, he's more mature, maybe more militaristic, or however you say that word. So his hair is like, when he in the first 2 seasons he had like this really cool long like shaggy haircut. It's like really cute. And then now his hair is like zoom, buzz cut, and I'm like looking at it going, I saw it and went, oh my god, Ezra, his hair, and like it's like gone. It's so, I don't know, it's very military, it's very conforming, and it's not at all a hairstyle I would pick for Ezra. And I can't say, I was gonna say, look, Rex, but it doesn't fit with him. And then I'm like, and then all of a sudden I was sitting there, and I don't know why, I went to Clone Wars, and season 4 of Clone Wars, when Obi-Wan has to fake his own death and go undercover as Reko Hardin, and he's in jail, and we see Boba Fett, a couple times, and Boba Fett no longer has, like, he had like a very longish style haircut, and then we see him in prison, and he has like the buzz cut, and he keeps that, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm sitting there, I'm going, yesterday I was like, that's what Ezra's new hairstyle reminds me of. Oh my gosh, he looks like Boba Fett. And not really, but it's awful. He's a hero, and I'm comparing him to like one of the most notorious villains / bounty hunters of all time. So I don't know. The new clip is really interesting, because we definitely see a peek of Ezra. He is definitely not the same lighthearted Ezra we know and we've known. He is a little bit more mature. I think acts a little bit darker. But I will let you be the judge, so go ahead. If anyone's even watching these videos, go check out the Star Wars Rebels Season 3 clip that was released through the Star Wars Store by Dave Filoni himself. And let me know what you guys think. Are you fans of Ezra's new hairstyle? Do you think this clip is hinting that Ezra has taken a step away from the light side of the Force and is maybe taken a step closer to the dark side? Do you guys think he opened the Sith holocron and he is learning more from that? And So what do you guys think? Tell me what you guys think about the new clip, and tell me what you guys are looking forward to in season 3. Are you looking forward to maybe Ezra taking, like I said, taking further steps toward the darker side of the Force and away from the lighter side of the Force? Do you guys think this will help him grow? I think it will. Granted, I never like seeing any of my favorite characters who were good, like lightsiders. I never like seeing any of them take a step away from being good to being bad and being dark, because they're my favorite characters. But in that same vein, I know they have to be challenged. I know they need to face some darker aspect in order to grow. Whereas the bad guys, it's usually the reverse. They start out dark and then they take a step towards light, and another and another and another and another. And suddenly, yay, they're good guys. But that's another question. Callus. I've been thinking about him lately. What do you guys think? Remember season 2, we had that really interesting episode with Callus and Zeb, where Callus maybe started questioning the Empire, and even admitted to Zeb that there are times when he questions what the Empire does. But he doesn't actually say then Zeb says, well, maybe you should start questioning more and more and more and start thinking. And so do you guys think that maybe this season Callus will make that leap from Imperial officer to rebel? So tell me what you guys think. Give me your predictions for season 3 in the comments section below. But anyway, today's the kickoff panel for Star Wars Celebration. The big panel was dun 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 dun, Rogue One! Yes, I got the interchange. Yay! Rogue One. Yee! So freaking excited for Rogue One. It was really cool. The moderator was Gwendolyn Christie from Game of Thrones and Star Wars Force Awakens, where she played Captain Phasma. It was really cool to see her. I have seen her in a Game of Thrones panel, and actually she is very funny and witty, and I really like her. So to see her being the moderator was awesome. It was really touching because she did do a moment of silence, because she said it was kind of hard to be happy and joyful and call it Star Wars Celebration after what happened in Nice. So she had everyone do a moment of silence, and when the moment of silence was over, you actually had some Star Wars fans from France actually start singing the Bastille, the song of the Bastille, which I don't know what it is in French. But they started singing that song, and it was really nice how everybody clapped, and it was really cool. So we had that nice serious moment where everything went happy. Excuse me for 1 second. Ah! BB! Just like the real BB, he won't sit still. Bad BB-8. Stay. He won't stay. But it was really cool. Kathleen Kennedy, was there. The director, which I don't even know, Gareth Edwards was there. They had some people from Lucasfilm, and then they pretty much had the entire cast. So they had Alan Tudyk, Riz Ahmed, Forrest Whitaker, which everyone went nuts for when he came out on stage. Forrest Whitaker, we all went freaking nuts. Maz Mikkelsen, Felicity Jones, Diego Luna, Donnie Yen, Jin Wen, which he is actually pretty funny because he actually can barely speak any English. And so when he was describing his character, Baze, he really kept saying he has a gun. A big gun. A very big gun. And we were like going, oh my gosh, because, and he was like, am I saying that right? Am I saying something wrong? I'm like, we're doing that, you're doing good. In my head going, yeah, you're doing good, but sometimes in English, we use gun to mean something else. But, it was very interesting. Of course, they couldn't really give a lot of details because of the fact that it is still so hush-hush. But it's really cool. And then Brian Mendelsohn, who plays the bad guy, director Orson Karnick. I don't know how to say his name. They introduced him, but he did a very dramatic entrance. He came on in full costume with the Death Troopers. It was like ah! Yay! I mean, he's a bad guy, but he's a cool bad guy. It's like Darth Vader. I mean, I know Darth Vader's a bad guy, but he's a cool bad guy. So, it was cool seeing that. I'm seeing an actual actor be willing to come in full costume And he got changed, of course, came back out, wasn't in costume, but it was still pretty awesome that he came in and did that. They talked about how when they set out doing Rogue One, they really wanted to make it more immersive. That explains like the sweeping cameras and stuff we've seen in the teaser trailer. It's supposed to be more immersive. And Gareth Edwards did what J.J. Abrams did, that he did as much as he could to keep the CGI in the movie limited. Excuse me. And, so he, tried really hard. He actually told a funny story of how, the subway station actually, like, 4 stops away from where Celebration London is being held, he just thought that would be a great place to shoot a sci-fi movie. So they went in as soon as the subway station closed and brought in all the set pieces, all the costumes, everything, and until 4 a.m., which is when the subway station opened, shot scenes for Rogue One. And they got everything taken down, everything put back to place, and as these guys in suits were coming in to take the subway to work, they were like going, "Good morning, good morning, good morning," and trying so hard not to blur out the fact, going, "Hey, guess what? We just saw Star Wars down here." And in that same vein, he says it was so hard because one day Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, came to set and he was so excited. And he's like, and Mark Hamill was wearing a Godzilla shirt because Gareth Edwards did a Godzilla movie, and he was so excited. And he was and he was hoping somebody was taking a picture of it because nobody would believe that he actually met Luke Skywalker. And he had to go home and he couldn't tell anyone what was going on because, of course, it was like, shh, don't tell. So he so very much wanted to go home and tell people, "I got to meet Luke Skywalker," and be like so happy, but he couldn't tell anybody. It's like, apparently that's the hardest part about working on a Star Wars movie is you can't tell anyone anything. It's like, oh my gosh, I met George Lucas, I met Luke Skywalker. It's like, oh wait, I can't tell anybody about this. It's like you go home and you just finished shooting this epic scene where you're fighting stormtroopers and Sith and stuff, and then you have to go home and someone says like, "How was your day?" Normal. It's like, but you're bursting with excitement because you want to say, "I got to do this epic fight scene and with lightsabers and blasters and spaceships," but you can't. So they all struggled with it because there was so much they couldn't tell us about the movie. And they did say that the story guy behind Rogue One, I don't remember his name, and I'm sorry, I'm slipping into my fake British accent because like most Star Wars actors in recent years, the majority of cast from Rogue One is British, and I grew up watching British sitcoms, and my speech teacher actually taught me how to speak with a British accent because she thought that would make me slow down and pronounce my words carefully. And as my brother said, an English accent is just words pronounced properly. And if I listen to it for a long time, I might slip into it, so I've been slipping in and out of it. I'm sorry. I will try to avoid it. But they did say that the original idea behind Rogue One actually started after Revenge of the Sith, when George Lucas was experimenting with this idea of a live-action TV show, which then morphed into the Clone Wars TV show. And this guy said he'd come up with this style story, but at the time it wasn't, it didn't fit into the Star Wars universe where they were at. And then when they started making Force Awakens, and he heard that they were going to make a series of standalone Star Wars movies, he pitched this idea, this type of Star Wars spy story, to a friend, and the friend told him, "Oh my gosh, you have to contact Lucasfilm, you have to contact these people and tell them this idea before anyone else does." And he did, and that's how Rogue One was born. It's actually been pretty much, I guess, since about 2003, 2008, this guy had been thinking about doing this kind of movie, and yay for us because we finally get this movie, which is actually, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited. It's going to be interesting. I love adding more layers to the Star Wars universe. Like, basically Rogue One, as they say, is just based off that one word, one line of script that you see in the opening credits to A New Hope, where they talk about how a brave group of rebels stole plans for the Empire's newest ultimate weapon, the Death Star, and that's it. And now we get to see it, so I'm really excited. I'm definitely excited about the character of Jen Erso. I think that's how you say the name. Jen Erso. I don't know. It's very weird. I'm really excited about it because, like I said, new generation of Star Wars. We're getting new, stronger female characters. Still, Ahsoka is my #1 role model. I love Ahsoka just because she's like a combination of my 2 favorite characters, Anakin and Obi-Wan. I love them. So Ahsoka is like, cool, I want to be just like Ahsoka. Well, now here comes this character, Jen. I'm like, oh, I want to be like her. And it's just awesome that now there's all these strong female characters that I want to be like. So, yay, it's awesome. They did show a clip of some behind the scenes footage. It was like a quick 2-3 minute clip of them like filming and the actors talking, and it was really cool because at the end you have the shot of Jen and she's like facing you. I don't know if Felicity's actually filming at that point, if she just did it for fun, and she says, "May the Force be with us." I was like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome because there are no Jedi in Rogue One. It's like, this is going to be the first Star Wars movie where there's no Jedi. Okay, Donnie Yen's character is a Force believer, and he's not a Jedi though. He's not a Jedi. He just fights like one, but he's not, and he believes in the Force. But he's not a Jedi. So this is like the first ever Star Wars movie where there is no Jedi at all. It's gonna be like, wait, no Jedi, no lightsaber battles. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so weird and different, but so awesome and cool because we're gonna get to see what the galaxy was like. I mean, yes, there were Jedi. We do know that some of them did survive Order 66. We do know about the new children of the Force, like Ezra, who somehow managed to find like someone like Kanan who was able to teach them, and it was like, oh my gosh. So, we do know that there are some Jedi left, but this is going to be a movie where we don't see that, where we don't see the Jedi, where they don't have any role to play, and it's just normal people. Normal, everyday people who are pushing themselves to fight against tyranny and evil, and it's like, this is so amazing and awesome, and I can't wait to see it. So they did that. They showed, like, I think 2, like, little teaser clips, maybe a new trailer, but unfortunately they didn't show it over the live stream, so sad for me. But they did reveal the new Rogue One poster. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's amazing. It's more in the vein of the original Star Wars trilogy posters, which were more like beautiful paintings, very artistic. Oh my gosh, more like in the style of this. This is a Rebels fan art pic I found, and they did it in the style of an original of a movie, of one of the original trilogy posters. So that is kind of what it looks like in this very artistic, like hand-drawn, painted style. It's so beautiful, and everyone who was at the panel was walking away with one. I'm like, oh! So hopefully that's out in the market soon, because my goal is I want to get a, I have a poster for New Hope, which is just Star Wars, so I have that, and I have a poster for Force Awakens. My goal is I want to get a movie poster for Phantom Menace, because then I'd have a poster from the 3 trilogy generations, and then I want to get a poster for the standalone movies, which would be Rogue One, the Han Solo movie, and then the Boba Fett movie. Only problem is I'm running out of room. And that's what I want, is I don't want to have like a poster for all 7 of, soon to be 8 of the Star Wars movies. I just really want like one poster from each generation, because I think that would be really awesome. And then I have like these. I wish I could get these like a little bit bigger, but I can't. I love that one, and that one are 2 of my favorite Rebels art. So yeah. Yay, so the panel was awesome. It was cool. They did reveal the first action figure from Star Wars Rebels, which is Jen Erso. Really cool. And she said, and Gwendolyn Quist, she's like, well, Captain Phasma is better. Like, Jen Erso, and Felicity Jones went, yeah, but Jen Erso's got that cool Han Solo blaster style. Blaster, the belt, he puts his blasters on. It's like, oh, I want that. So, it was really fun. It was really cool. Tomorrow is Rebels, and I will try to get a video up after the panel. But like I said, I have to go into work tomorrow at 2, so I might not be able to do a video about the Rebels panel till Sunday, and then I might also do a little clip, and then next week I think I'll just do clips on my phone, because I'm going away on Monday. Yay. For a few days I wasn't sure. I said we were going to Michigan's Adventure, which is the amusement park here in the state with a water park, but unfortunately that plan kind of went up in the air. Excuse me. The weather changed. It's cooler today. But unfortunately that plan was kind of up in the air because sadly my uncle, who is married to my dad's younger sister, my Uncle Steve, I don't know if it was one of his cousins or one of his nieces, she tragically committed suicide a couple weeks ago. So, and we go with my Aunt Jeannie and my Uncle Steve and their family, because it's kind of like a mini family reunion. My dad's really close to his sister. And sometimes people actually think my Aunt Jeannie is my mom. Actually really do, which is kind of weird because I'm actually paler than pretty much everyone in my dad's side of the family. Sad but true. When I tell people I'm a 5th Native American, they usually don't believe me, but I am. My dad actually very much looks like I don't, unfortunately. Unless my cheeks give it away, but I can't tell. But, so sadly my aunt and uncle lost a, family member, and they weren't sure, so we suddenly weren't sure if we were going to Michigan's Adventure, and the backup plan was to go to Mackinac Island, which is a spectacularly beautiful place here in Michigan, and we were going to go bike around the island, which I wasn't really too thrilled with that idea. Biking in the hot summer sun on a very humid day wasn't my idea of fun, but I was going to do it anyway. But my aunt and my uncle decided that their grandkids, their kids needed this, so we are going to Michigan's Adventure on Monday, which makes me excited. And for those of you who are wondering how big it is, unfortunately Sue, my uncle's sister, will not be coming, but the people who are going to Michigan's Adventure, let me get my fingers ready, are going to be me, my dad, my Uncle Steve, my Aunt Jeannie, their son Wade, their daughter Rebecca, their oldest son Dwayne, Dwayne's wife Holly, and their 2 kids, Abby, Alexander, and Abby. That's 10, not done yet. Their second son, Andrew, his wife Amanda, their son Elliot, and Amanda's 2 kids from a previous relationship. That's 15 people. That's 15 people, and those are my cousins. And so yeah, there's 15 people, and usually I get stuck watching the little kids, which I don't mind. Unfortunately, this year it might be a little bit different. It might be a lot like last year. Abby and Alexander are both old enough and tall enough that they can go on more of the bigger rides, like the pirate ship and some of the roller coasters. Rebecca has decided that now that she is a grand old lady with a boyfriend and she is in high school, she no longer needs to hang out with her lame older cousin Katie, who, despite this, we act like we're each other's sisters. I mean, there's a funny story behind that. With my looks, I get mistaken, like I said, I get mistaken for my Aunt Jeannie's kid. But my cousin. But here's the funny thing. Me, Rebecca, and our 2 other cousins, Michaela and Shelby, all look pretty much exactly alike. Our coloring's a little bit different. I have lighter coloring in my hair and my eyes than they do. But, and my skin, of course. But we all have like similar faces and similar eyes and stuff, so we all look exactly alike. We actually, when I was younger, I was like in high school or something, my mom and my dad took my brother, me, Rebecca, Shelby, and Michaela, all of us, my brother and then 3 cousins. Shelby and Michaela are sisters, through another cousin. I think they're like my second cousin or something, I don't know. And we went to this place called Deer Acres, which is no longer open. And we were doing this Family Life Radio thing, which is a Christian station. And we were going to get into the park for free, which is cool. You got to go pet deer and goats and ride old cars. There's a safari with a bear and bison, and there's a train ride with swans that would chase the train. Yes, scary. And pigs and rabbits and guinea pigs. It was really cool, nice-sized statues of fairy tale characters. And my brother and I, because at this time, my brother was taller than me and looked older than me. My brother and I came up with this really great plan, which we didn't tell our parents about. My brother and I switched ages, so he was the oldest, I was the youngest, because we generally lined up by height. So he looked older and was taller, so we switched ages. So we told the people when we went to the Fan Life radio table to get the tickets that my brother was the oldest, I was the second, and then Michaela, Shelby, and Rebecca were our sisters, because and they believed us. So we spent this entire trip, and my parents did figure it out at some point, telling everyone that my parents did not have just a son and a daughter. They had one son and 4 daughters. And everybody's like, okay, my brother going, you poor fool. So it was really fun. That's really how close and how similar my cousins and I looked for a while, and then they grew up, and they actually, what's scary is Rebecca actually pretty much almost the same age as me. And I'm 28 and she's like 15 or 16, so it's like oops. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited. It's pretty much like the daddy-daughter date. My dad and I used to do a lot of stuff together. I'm really close with my dad, and so this is like our daddy-daughter date. So we get to go to the park, and I'm taking books. Of course I'm taking books, and of course I'm taking Star Wars books. So it's kind of nice because it's just my dad and I. We drive down to Muskegon and we go to the park and we come home and I eat nothing but junk food all day. He makes sure I put on my sunscreen because, well, actually he doesn't really care if I put on sunscreen or not, because my dad, contrary to what you're supposed to do, my dad does not wear sunscreen. He doesn't think he needs it because he is naturally tan. But he does burn. Trust me, my dad burns. And when I was younger, I didn't wear sunscreen either until one year I went to Michigan's Adventure and came home with a 2nd-degree sunburn. So I am very much very, very, very careful about sunscreen, though for the last couple of years we've gone on, I haven't actually needed it because it's been really dark and cloudy. So it's actually looking like it's going to be that way again this year. Very humid, very hot. But it's supposed to storm in the morning right before the park opens, and when that happens, nobody comes to the park. Yes. And if it stays really cloudy all day, then 10 to 1, I'm not going to be wearing as much sunscreen as I normally do. And it's very funny because I told one of the ladies at church that's why I started carrying an umbrella with me when I go out, because I don't like wearing sunscreen if I'm just like walking to the church or the mall. And she didn't realize that. She just looked at me and goes, yeah, you are really pale. And apparently she didn't think I was that pale because she thought I had really dark colored hair. Which in certain lights my hair does actually look pretty dark, but actually it does have some blonde and red in it. It's just a really dark ashy blonde brown, but I'm actually, so she thought it was really weird. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that on Monday. We're leaving about 7:30. The park opens at 11, so I'm excited. Definitely, if you guys have time, if anybody watches this, tell me what ride you think I should go on. I don't go on any roller coasters because of my depth perception, which is off a little bit. So when I look down from a certain height, I actually feel like I'm higher than I am. So I don't ride the roller coasters. One, I don't like going over the steep hills, and my dad teases me because we go down this one street on the way to Michigan's Adventure where it's very hilly. So it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And he's laughing at me because I'm sitting in the seat trying not to barf. And he thinks it's funny. That's my dad, a big kid. But I don't do the roller coasters. I usually go on Lakeside Gliders, which is this really cool ride. You sit in this car and you have this steering thing that you can turn, and it changes the angle, so you're either like this or like this. It's really fun. Depending on how fat I feel, I will go on the flying trapeze, which I love. I know what you're saying, you won't go on roller coasters because of height. Flying trapeze does not bother me, neither does Lakeside Gliders, which is like the flying trapeze. Those two rides don't bother me in terms of height. I don't really know why. It's just roller coasters I don't like. I think that's because you're going higher on a roller coaster than you are on those two rides. The Scrambler, which is my absolute favorite ride. I rode the Scrambler. One year we went, I think it was the year where like nobody was there. I rode the Scrambler 7 times. I've actually ridden the Scrambler 3 times in a row without getting dizzy. I love it. I love it. I make my dad go on it at least once. I don't make him go on it any more than once because one year I made him go on it 2 times in a row, and I think I might have broken my dad by making him go on it twice. My dad does not do well with spinning, but I love it. I love the Scrambler. They have a railroad that I ride, Grand Rapids, which I love rapid rides. I love that. I go on that. When we're at the water park, most of the time I'm in the wave pool. I can't prank my dad though. He knows me too well when I'm in the wave pool. So but this year I'm gonna push myself and go on a new ride. So you guys, I'm trying to decide if you guys watch this video. I want you to vote. What ride do you think I could go on? And the 3 rides I'm looking at is the Tri-Bent, which is a circular ride which starts going around in a circle that goes like this while it's still spinning, and then lifts up and is going like this, and you're still going around, and it's slow, and I'm like, I almost went on it one year, and then I started seeing what I was doing, I was like, and my inner chicken started going bok, 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 and I ran the other way. Also, the Thunderbolt, which is that like alpine ride, which goes around really, really, really fast up and down hills. Again, the hill part might get me. But then the 3rd ride is the ride I am leaning towards the most, is the Tilt-A-Whirl. I used to love the Tilt-A-Whirl. It used to be one of my favorite rides, and after I used to go on it at the fair every year. I loved the Tilt-A-Whirl. The Tilt-A-Whirl and the Scrambler, those were the rides I would go on the most. And then I rode it one year with a schoolmate, and she nearly got sick, and it nearly made me sick, so I stopped going on the Tilt-A-Whirl, and I went on it a few years ago, like the year before last. I went on it with my cousin Rebecca, and she laughed at me because I freaked out because I'd forgotten how it felt. And what's hysterical is it was one of my favorite rides, and I want it to be my favorite ride. I want to go on it, but I'm scared to. So, like I said, I'm a big chicken. But I am. Remember, Yoda always says, do or do not. There is no try. So I am going to go on a new ride this year. I am going to be brave. I'm going to force myself to step out of my comfort zone. And I will not run away crying mommy when I get off the ride. So let me know what you guys think I should do. Tri-Bent, Thunderbolt, or Tilt-A-Whirl. Should I go with a classic that I loved, or should I try something that's totally radically different from anything I've ever done before? But let me know. Anyway, this video is almost 40 minutes long, and I've got to go. As you can tell, I'm all Star Wars up. I got my Jedi shirt on. I've got my bracelet with my beads. I've got my ribbon with the fighters and stuff on it, because today is Star Wars night at your local Barnes & Noble. That's right, bookworms and Star Wars fans. Head over to your local Barnes & Noble starting at 7 o'clock p.m. for cool Star Wars events. There'll be trivia, cosplay, games, giveaways, and a chance to learn how to play the cool game named X-Wings, where you can pit yourself one-on-one against the Empire. So head on over to Star Wars if you have to Barnes & Noble tonight if you have time to go check out Star Wars night. I'm heading there myself in a few hours, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. Granted, I live in Midland, so the odds of actually seeing members of the 501st or the Rebel Legion are next to none. But still, it'll be cool, and it'll get me out of the house, and I do want to pick up the new book, Star Wars Aftermath, Life Debt. So I'll tell you guys all about it Sunday. So thanks for watching. I'm sorry this video was so long. Go check out some news from Star Wars Celebration, and don't forget to check out the Star Wars Rebels Season 3 clip by watching the Star Wars show, or if you want to see a cool reaction, go check out the reaction video Dash Star posted. So thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with my rant at the beginning. As always, I'm Caitlin, your wannabe Jedi, your favorite Michigan girl, and resident Disney freak. I'll talk to you guys maybe tomorrow, though most likely Sunday. So until then, stay safe, have fun, and may the Force be with you.